Hello viewers, this is Leva Buhay giving you again information about my own grafted apple tree. This tree I had been grafted it. I think this is the third year. I grafted it myself. I grow it from the seed. I will be having a video too about how you will propagate apple tree from a seed. So this is a grafted one, because as I said from my other videos before, you can never grow an apple tree and have fruits. A very young, very small, tiny apple tree that has already fruits on it. Isn't it amazing? Why is it possible? Yeah, it's because you graft. You take a branch of a tree, apple tree, from an old apple tree and you graft it. So I had shown you about grafting a tomato like that. It's actually the same principle when you graft apple trees. But of course, you collect your scion. Scion means, you know, a branch of a mature apple tree that you will graft. I have to look for my videos because I actually documented all these apple trees that I grafted myself. So as you see, it's just a very tiny apple tree and it's bearing fruits now. This is actually the third year. The first year, third or second, the first year I didn't let it grow the fruits. You shouldn't. You should let the tree grow their branches to be a little bit stronger. So as you see now, it's just a small apple tree and it is bearing fruits. So actually there were a lot of fruits here, but then some of them they never survive, and some of them I put them out because if it's just a little tree, you shouldn't have let lots of fruits. So here I only have like 6 fruits, and then that's all. Some of them I took them out. So here is another one. That one, they are on the pots. You might wonder why they are on the pots. Actually, I will be making an apple tree espalier, and I will make them just like these small trees because there are plenty. So I will be showing you my apple tree when I have them in an espalier. So it's just so nice, a small apple tree bearing its fruits. So it looks like that. When you buy them, this size will, I think, will cost you around 20-30 US dollars. Here in Sweden it is kind of 200 to 300 crowns. But to me, I do them myself. I graft my own apple trees because I want to have a lot of apple trees and I don't want them to grow very high. I will make them kind of bonsai, but that they will bear fruits, but then I don't want them to grow very big. So that's what I want to do. I will be showing you some apple trees that I grafted and I didn't take out yet the grafting tape. So watch and see how it goes. So these are the apple trees that I had grafted, and I actually had grafted them for like 2 years ago, or maybe, yeah, I think 2 years ago. And I have a lot of them. And then after you graft an apple tree, you will see this part under this red tape. That is what you call your rootstock. So the rootstock, I grow it from seed. Yeah, you can grow apple tree from seed. I will show you growing apple seed from trees. But when you grow apple tree from seed, you have to graft them, or else you will wait 5-10 years before you get fruits from your apple tree. So anybody can do it. Anybody. When I started 3 years ago of grafting, my first year was very unsuccessful, and it was because I did it in the wrong time. So these are apple trees that I grafted 2 years ago, and now I will take out this to show you how it looks like. This is the scion and this is the rootstock. This scion above this tape, this scion you call it, I actually pick them up. We have a big apple tree from my work, so I pick up there some of the scions, and you usually pick them up by before the bear during the springtime, like, or late, very late winter, like around March, and you save the scion, and then you connect them, you graft them in your apple tree. So what I will do now is I will take out this tape. So I will just be very careful to take out this tape, so I will not be hurting my grafted apple. So as you see, when I graft, I usually tie first with a rubber band, whatever rubber band you have, whatever you have. So as you see now, I hope it's really. So as you see now, you can see the colors. You can actually see how it looks like, how it was well connected, and it actually grow. So now I have my apple tree, and what I will do, as you see, it's a container. I'm fan of recycling, you know. Livable High is fan of recycling because I think people has to be recycling things. You don't have to be buying and buying and buying. And why I don't need to buy pots for this? Because anyway, after they grow like this, and now it's really very big, I will show you, like that, very long. It's almost like 1.5 meters already. What I will do, I will put them in a bigger pot. And you might wonder why I'm just putting in a bigger pot, because I am not done designing my garden, and I want that all my plants are ready when I will be planting them in my garden. So I just don't want, because if you plant them immediately on the ground, it's so hard to be transferring them. They don't like it. But if you plant them in a container, a reusable container, then you can just plant it anytime, and it's easier for them because the roots are intact, even though you're touching them, even though you are pulling them out from the pots, but it's okay. I have here the second one, and so as you see, this is a very small pot. It's even destroyed, and here it is. Here it is. Actually, this is, younger than the other one. I think this was like a year ago that I did it, and I do the same, but of course I think I have to take them out. Anything that grows under your grafting tape, you have to take them out. You take them out because they will be taking a lot of nutrients and energy. So now I will take this tape again. I have to just be careful so that the apple tree will not be hurt, All these things you're doing, grafting, growing, propagating, germinating, all of it needs patience. Sometimes we can tell, oh, why is it not growing anyway? Oh my God, it's not a success. I will tell you, my first attempt of grafting through apple trees were not a success. But my first attempt of grafting tomatoes, making tomato plant, tomato grafted on a potato, it was a success immediately. Or grafting tomato plants, that was very easy. You can also graft different kind of flowers, even the bougainvillea. It's a lot of plants where you can actually graft, and it's worth experimenting, because I was experimenting, I was reading. So as you see here, I will show you. That's how it looks like. So you have like the callus there. I was supposed to take this one last year, but then I forgot. Normally when you graft, you will let it be there for like 3 to 6 months before you take out the tape to be sure that your plant is taking it. So as you see here, this is another one, a very small one. I think it was last year, and you know, even I have a lot of things to do. I'm working in a kindergarten. I have my 3 sons. I have my family. I have my garden. I love plants. During summer, I usually tell to my friends, I'm really sorry, and I cannot be with you guys because I have to. So as you see, this one, I am supposed to take them out. This one, I can take them out now, but I will save them. I will not take them out. Why? Because I will put another variety of apple next year and put it here, or maybe not, I don't know, or maybe yes. So I will put it here, I will graft it here, so this tree can have 2 different kind of apples. You can actually have, here in Sweden we have like 30 to 40 different varieties of apples. It's a lot of varieties, the green ones, the red ones, and there's a lot of names on them. And then you can actually have 5, how many varieties you can have in a tree of apple. And what you do is you graft in different branches. You graft different type of apples. And why people are doing it? Because actually if you have a limited area, you want a lot of variety, and your area is not, you have no garden, your garden is very small, or you have no garden at all, you only have your alternate, then actually you can have an apple tree with five different fruits. Like one branch can be, you know, the green kind of apple, and the other branch it can be the red kind of apple, and they have names, they have different names for different variety of apples. So I have shown you now. Yeah, I have to take this one too, and I have to be very careful of taking it out. And mind you, I will transfer these apples in a bigger pots, and as what I tell you, I have containers. When I didn't have yet a lot of containers before, in my work in the kindergarten, we have our own chef cook who cooks our meal. You get free meals here in Sweden. You get free meals when you work in a kindergarten, and of course the kids get all the meals for free. It's the government, not exactly free, but it's the government paying them. So when you work in a kindergarten, you get very healthy food, and at the same time it's free. So now I'm taking them. So as you see, you have like a rubber band there, so I have to take out the rubber band too. And as you see, it is very nice. So everybody can actually graft their own apple tree. It's just a matter of patience. If you fail the first time, try and try. Because life is like that. If you fail once, try it again. Me, I'm the kind of person, if I fail once, fail twice, fail thrice, I try and try and try. I'm kind of, you know, when it comes to this thing, I really have a lot of patience. So that is all my apple trees that I grafted myself. And you saw already the ones that are already bearing flowers. So like after 3-4 years, and you might think like, oh my god, 3-4 years, that is a long time. But I will tell you, I even forgot this one. I was supposed to take all those tapes, grafting tapes, last year, but I forgot, because it's just, I have them, and then you just, you know, it's kind of, life is kind of like you invest something, you invest some time to things, and then suddenly you get you just even forget them, and then you have them. And so I have them everywhere. I will tell you, I had grafted like 20 apple trees. And these 20 apple trees, you might wonder, what will I do with them? Do I have a big garden? Yes, I have a big garden, but I want to do an apple espalier. What is apple espalier? If you watch this photo, that is what an apple espalier looks like, and I want to do like that. And of course, I cannot buy a lot of apple trees here. It's because they are expensive. If I want to do my apple espalier, it means that I have to graft my own apple trees so I can really make it. And I am so excited that sooner I will be making my own apple espalier. And I will tell you, you will have an update of all my apples that I grow from seed and I grafted myself. Thank you so much for watching. This is Liva Buhay saying goodbye.